Brian Himmler in search of win number 2 here on the PBA Tour. 258 to 178. Boy, Himmler caught fire from the 5th frame on. Well, he struggled early in match 1. And Marshall, what happened there? A little bit fast, a little bit quick?
Got the ball a little bit too wide. And the 10. Man who throws a big hook, also good spare shooter. And he made the 1-2-10 in the first game, but could not pick up the 2-10 here the first frame of the second. That's an awfully nice gift for a 5-time PBA Player of the Year. As if he needs one.
Walter making his 2nd straight TV appearance. Just a 10-pin and classic style at the line. He rears up a little bit, but he does it every time.
Well, Walter's got a very unique form. Watch how he's shoulder-high backswing, and he's really all arms and legs when he throws the ball. Not exactly perpendicular to the foul line, but the repetition is what gets the job done for Walter Ray. They call him Deadeye. Doesn't miss too many spares, and he made a very good shot, a good quality shot to open up the first frame. Just left the ringing 10.
Walter with those 30 national titles trails just Mark Roth with 34 and Earl Anthony on top at 41, and someday he'll pass them both.
Well, the 10-pin responds this time, falling over, and 2 flush hits for Walter Ray Williams Jr. Spare and a strike. Watch the 6-pin. It'll just barely touch out the 10, and the reaction of Walter Ray, that's right. This time it's down.
Animated Walter Ray. Himmler in the 2nd. Strike for Himmler in the 2nd frame. You can access all the latest information about the PBA by checking out the PBA's website at pbatour.com. The site, sponsored by Brunswick, features all of the latest tournament standings, scores, news from the PBA, as well as game-by-game updates during match play and scheduled live chats with the pros. Boy, they keep it up to date and keep you fans out there in tune to the PBA Tour.
Oh, and quite a nice little break where Brian Himmler trips out the 4-pin. Walter's saying, hey, that's what I'm supposed to do. Ball's going to come in high. Pins go to the sideboard and a nice little kick, and oh, thank you very much. Now that's interesting because Walter Ray is the player who's going to trip the 4-pins the most, and Brian Himmler's the one who's going to throw the power strike. So Himmler with the big hook gets the 4-pin tripped out, and Walter Ray, the more down and in player, showing off a little power.
Walter with an 11-pin lead after 3 frames. Match 2, Amelito Monticelli in our semifinal match, and Parker Bone the 3rd on top. Oh, blows out that 7-pin. Oh, sent them all over there. Walter Ray Williams Jr. with 3 in a row and takes a 21-pin lead. Brian Himmler will be up next when we come back. And there you see Walter Ray Williams Jr. has ripped off 3 in a row. Brian Himmler has come up with 2, but Himmler still trails by 21. Match 2 of the Canadaigua Open. We're joined here in the booth. Sugar Ray Leonard, fighter of the decades in the 80s. Sugar Ray, certainly great to have you up here. And an illustrious boxing career, now involved in several different ventures. Tell us about your involvement in this particular sport.
Well, Track is one of the leading bowling ball distributors. In fact, they've made the most advanced technologically ball there is now, and it's called the Champs. But I tell you, I've been a bowling fan for many years. My family used to always go to the bowling alley to spend time.
All right, Ray, I understand earlier today you had a little match game with the president of Track, Phil Cardinelli. How'd that go?
Well, he spotted me. He gave me a few pins, but it didn't do any good because apparently I don't have the touch, as Phil would say, to beat him, because he claims that my expertise is boxing, his expertise is bowling.
So it'd be a mixed match either way. Whether if you had the gloves on, it wouldn't be fair, and with bowling balls in your hands, not so fair either.
You're absolutely right.
Himmler picked up the 3-6 10. Walter Ray just clearing a pin out of the gutter. And Sugar Ray, for the when you talk about bowling, I know that bowling and golf, you love to golf. Now, you shoot 90s in golf, you shoot 90s in bowling. Something wrong here. I mean, golfing, that's okay.
I think the numbers are wrong, because when they first asked me, what do you shoot? And bowl, I said, well, 90. And but I can play to about 180.
That's
every now and then. I beat Evan Holyfield, by the way.
Oh, he's easy.
Yes, he is.
Big strike by Himmler. What do you think about Muhammad Ali, huh?
Well, I think it was fascinating, the fact that people actually believed that he would come back to the ring. But he was joking, and Muhammad Ali is one of the all-time greats, no question about that.
Ray, do you have a favorite tonight out of the 4 that are left?
Amaretto, no question about it. And I wish my buddy Steve Hopstein was here, and Carol Giannotti. But Amaretto is my guy.
Okay, so Amaretto, well, I'll tell you what, he's a champion in his own right with 18 PBA titles, and we'll see if he can get it done.
Walter Ray with 4 in a row. He leads by 34. Don't forget, I believe on ESPN Classic, Sugar Ray's Hit Parade, right?
Yes, I chronicle all the old fights, great fights of the past, and it's very exciting.
Walter Ray up in the 6th frame.
Now he was going for 5 in a row. Walter Ray Williams leaves the solid 10, but got the match well in hand. Working at a 2:29 pace right now. Brian Himmler working at a 1:96, so doesn't look like Williams is too nervous, does it, Phil?
No. We're joined by Sugar Ray Leonard in the booth. I want to touch on one thing, because you're heavily involved in the DARE program. I believe over 360,000 classrooms across the country now have DARE once again involved in this great program, drug abuse resistance education. You're not only the spokesman, but you really take part in this, don't you?
Exactly. In fact, I've written a textbook called 12 Rounds to Victory for the school system, and will be out probably in the spring.
Himmler. Strike for Himmler in the 6th. He's now on a double, so he has cut into that lead. He trails by only 23. Sugar Ray, also, you went before Congress, didn't you, to speak on behalf of the DARE program?
Because it's all about kids now. I think the more we address the issue of drugs and violence with kids, the better off our kids' future will be.
So Himmler now can cut into that lead, another 10 pins, Marshall.
Well, could make it just put himself right back in the match. We'd certainly like to thank our guest, Sugar Ray Leonard, for joining us in the booth. That's got to hurry up, but look at that, it just does make it back.
That looked like one of Sugar Ray's knockout punches there, but it's not quite over. Walter Ray Williams Jr. up by 13 in this exciting match. Part of the Go Network, go.com.
It's got to hurry. Oh, he's got some room out there, Phil. The only problem for Walter Ray Williams right now, a couple of 10 pins he's left. Ball sneaking out to about the 2 board. Watch the 5 pin just race over to the left. This is a very important shot for Walters. He gives the solid reaction. He knew he had it all the way. Strike here to extend that lead to 23.
Just the 10 pins. So Walter Ray started off with a spare and then 4 in a row. Another spare, strike. And Himmler is working now on 3 in a row.
Now for Williams, 8 balls in the pocket, 5 strikes, 3 10 pins.
He's not going to miss that one. 6-time World Horseshoe pitching champion.
Now Himmler's got the opportunity to actually take the lead. If he were to strike here in the 8th and the 9th, could lead by 7 pins. But first things first, this to be just 3 pins back. Will he get there? I'll tell you, this man has got such a strong hand. He really puts a lot of power on the ball. Drives it back from the right into the pocket flush. Now just a 3-pin lead for Walter Ray Williams Jr. You may not know a lot about Brian Himmler, but I'll tell you one thing. He's an extraordinarily confident player. I heard him talking with the press last night saying, well, you know, I may only have 1 title, but you know, I haven't been out here as long as a Walter Ray Williams or a Parker Bone. So he's confident.
4 shows in '99 for Himmler. 10-pin up and will not go down.
Now that's a product of how far the ball has to come back from the right to get back into the pocket. It hooks in so late, you'll see as the ball is going to come back, it'll get to the 1-3 pocket, but the 6-pin has no chance of bouncing out, and the messenger just doesn't have enough steam on it to get to the 10-pin.
Flames it out, picks up the 10-pin spare, so he has 185 through 8. Walter now with a strike in the 9th and have 189 in the 8th, a 4-pin advantage, so we're coming right down to the 9th and 10th.
Williams fortunate that Himmler didn't strike in the last frame. Walter just fed that ball right into the pocket, beautifully thrown.
Now it's the 10th frame.
Now for Himmler, the best he can do would be 235. If Williams would strike in his first ball, that would put him at a 239 pace. He would need to get just 8 pins in a spare.
Second first ball.
Or actually 7 pins in a spare.
Here it comes.
And a solid 10. My gosh, he just he's pulled such a good game, Phil.
You know, he bowled great last week, too. Lost out to Rick Lawrence, who went on to win.
Take a look at the 6-pin. Second from the right around the bottom of the 10-pin. Right now, Brian Himmler still has a chance.
Possible 229 with a strike.
About as clean a 229 as you're ever going to see, Phil.
So it'd be a double. Himmler would need a double.
Walter needs 7 pins right now. That's even better. Just wanted to make sure he shot over 225. He shoots 229. He forces Himmler to get 2 strikes in the 10th frame. And then a short fill.
Is that a joke?
That has nothing to do with... No, a short fill frame, Phil.
All right. 2 strikes and 5 pins to win. I can take it.
Okay, all right.
First things first, a couple of strikes he needs. There's one. Beautiful shot off the hand of Brian Himmler.
Boy, if Himmler wins this game, Walter Ray Williams is going to walk away feeling very unlucky because really he out-bowled Brian Himmler, but the score is what we're looking for. He needs to keep his form here. He just threw maybe his best shot of the day. Wants to repeat it.
This hits.
Oh, it's got to hurry.
Oh, that's...
And the 10-pin stands.
Whoa.
It plagued Walter Ray Williams, and now it's the downfall of Brian Himmler.
The table's got 10 on
Boy, Walter Ray Williams Jr. sitting on the bench. And 229 by Williams. Himmler can spare this for 225. We'll be back with Marshall Holman's tip. And this week with Walter Ray.